Welcome everybody to the London Blueprint, how to use business credit to grow your business in 120 days or less, even if you have a brand new startup or poor personal credit. All right, so now these tactics I'm about to share, they're extremely powerful, and I just ask that you use them ethically. Like I said, you can get access to a lot of money with this. So I just want to make sure that you have great intentions. You know, everybody watching this, use this to grow your business. If you don't have a business, um, my goal is to help you to start that business the right way. And if you're already in business, I just want to help you grow. So those are my two goals. And also, if you stay to the end, I have a bonus for you guys. It's called a secret lender list. So I'm going to give that to everybody that stays until the end. What the secret lender list is basically, it's like a cheat sheet. So on this cheat sheet, it shows like what each lender is looking for. So what FICO score they're looking for, what type of income they're looking for you to have to be able to get whatever you're applying for. So now you don't have to go through the process of being in the dark and applying for things and not knowing if you'll get approved or not, because we pretty much have a good idea of what a lot of lenders are looking for. So this list that I have that I'm going to share with you, there are probably almost 100 lenders on there. And we keep adding to it. So, like I said, if you stay to the end, I'll send you that list. It's really, really cool, really valuable. I'll send it over to you for free. So, a little about me. My name is Jay Gladney, and I've been working with credit for the past 5 years. Had a run with personal credit, and now I've just immersed myself in business credit. So I actually wrote an Amazon bestseller book called The Money Book: A Brief Guide to Building Personal and Business Credit in Any Economy. And I've been on podcasts. One of them is called Your Latin Parcel, and a few others. And I'm just fascinated with business credit. So I just want to share with you guys how powerful it is and just be transparent about how it changed my life. So if you don't have a pen and paper, make sure you grab that right away, um, and be able to take notes. So with me, I just want to give you guys the easy way to get money for your business. Imagine being able to get all the money you need to start or grow that dream business. Like, how cool would that be? So in the past 6 months alone, I've helped clients get over $800,000 in funding lines of credit and net 30 and net 55 accounts, not including business vehicles with no PG. So I've done a lot of things right and I've done a lot of things wrong. After doing this for 5 plus years working with credit, now I finally figured out how to fund almost any type of business. I figured out how to purchase business vehicles with no money down, no personal grant guarantee, no personal credit check, and also how to get corporate housing. This whole process takes 120 days or less, so it's not a long, drawn out process. It's not super hard, it's not really difficult, but things have to be done in order. So I discovered all this the hard way. You guys get to skip the learning curve and use these powerful tactics right away. So the hard way is, me personally, I lost my first business and I went through a divorce at the same time. Um, this is my son Josiah. So I was like a broke, newly divorced father of a 3-year old, and I just wanted to start my life over. You know, at the time, I was trying to start a new business and make money online. And I felt I needed to do this so that I wouldn't have to miss out on being with my son. I really wanted to be able to support him and work from home. I was struggling with like horrible personal credit, and I couldn't even finance a decent car. I had an old 2001 Ford SUV. There's a guy unlocking it for me because the key didn't work in the door. So like I had to literally leave my doors open at night and just hope nobody would take it. So I felt horrible because I was working long hours as a truck driver and I would only see him a few days a week. So I felt even worse because like when I did have him, we lived in a dangerous neighborhood and he couldn't even play outside. My car was barely making it, and I knew we deserved better. I felt like a complete failure, a failure as a dad, a failure as an entrepreneur, just a complete failure in life. Then I ran into another problem. I ended up getting injured on my job in an accident, so I got put on workman's comp, and had to live off 2/3 of what I was making before. So that's when I read a book on personal and business credit. I discovered the concept of leverage. It's called OPM, Other People's Money. You probably heard of it. And I learned how to use it like a superpower. So that's when it became crystal clear to me that the secret was to make building business credit a top priority. It was clear to me that the principle of leverage is the most powerful tool on the earth. Archimedes said, "Give me a lever long enough and a fulcrum on which to place it, and I shall move the world." So that's leverage. Basically, make a small input, and by using leverage, you can get an exponential output. So it's kind of like going from riding a bike to jumping on a private jet. So I'm always looking for leverage. Like that's just how my mind is trained. I'm always looking for like the loophole, how to get ahead quicker. So like this was a game changer for me. This meant I didn't need to save up cash to start a business. I could just use business credit. I also learned that you don't need good personal credit or tons of paperwork to obtain business credit. So you right now, you who are watching this, you are listening to my voice, you should stop thinking that it takes great personal credit. You should stop thinking that it takes a ton of paperwork to get access to business credit. It's not that. As a result of this epiphany I had, I organized a new business and started the business credit building process. After I did that, I started getting approved for lines of credit in the first 45 days. Soon after, I was getting approvals every other week for new lines of credit until I had about 30K in total. So my plan was to start using the lines of credit to get my business off the ground. I started using the lines of credit to purchase products to resell. So here's like a package, Alibaba. I won't get too in depth in that, but I used one of the credit cards to purchase a course on Facebook ads to grow my business. This is the guy that I learned from. He was like a Facebook ads whiz. I saw he had made like $4 million in 4 months, so I bought in with him to teach me how he did it. He was big in e-commerce, so I just wanted to do what he was doing. So after that, I used one of the credit cards to like actually start buying Facebook ads. I was basically turning $1 into $3. Like I spent like starting off like $50 a day on ads, and I just went up, and I was profitable because I knew how to do it. So things were going great until I realized my business had outgrown the lines of credit I was using. They weren't enough. I was making 15 and 20% profit on the product, but I couldn't scale anymore. Um, so I ended up getting so frustrated that I decided to create a database of as many business lines of credit that I could find. So I called it the Funding Blueprint. I wanted to create a system that anybody could use to get access to funding and lines of credit to build their dream business. So after 4 months of contacting different banks, lenders, and business credit reporting agencies, I created a proven system that lets anybody get access to business credit, even brand new startups. You can have confidence you'll be approved because we know what lenders are looking for. So as a result, in less than a year, using the system on a one-to-one basis, I've helped clients obtain over 1.3 million in credit lines, and also get commercial vehicles with no money down and no personal credit check. These are a couple of the people that I've helped one to one. So yeah, it's pretty cool. I was able to finally have a business that I can operate from anywhere in the world that has a Wi-Fi connection. Spend as much time with my son as I like. So these are some of the places. This is my old pad in Chicago. These are just other places that I've been, and I'm working all the time anywhere I go. So I've been able to stop worrying about money. It was a huge insecurity for me. Like I was always scared. I was never confident that I could provide for my son. So a job just wasn't for me. I'm not talking down on jobs, but just for me, it didn't work. I just had constant anxiety, and I just couldn't do it. Um, so now I have confidence that I can always get access to funding if I have to start over. And in the end, all of this means I'm now able to confidently handle any situation because my business has earned more than enough money to handle anything life throws my way. So these are the three secrets that I want to share with you guys today. How to fail proof almost any business, even brand new startups. Number two is why having good personal credit could actually hurt you. And secret number three is that this method takes very little money to set up and it works in any economy. So this is really relevant right now, guys. So before we get into it, let me just share this quote with you. Tony Robbins said, this is really profound. If you want to be successful, find someone who has achieved the results you want and copy what they do, and you'll achieve the same results. It's called modeling. Like, it's really a no-brainer. I don't get why more people don't do this, but this is really profound, guys. So just remember this in life. Like, this is a great principle. If you're not getting the result that you want in life, find somebody with the result that you want and do what they do. So secret number one is how to fail proof almost any business, even brand new startups. So check out some of these stats. So this is why small businesses fail. 82% of small businesses failure is because of cash flow problems. It's money. And this is why there's a correlation because 50% of businesses fail um, in the first 5 years. The reason why is most of these businesses are they're using personal money to start up. So I'll be transparent. My first business was a group home. And here it is right here. Like, I dug a sidewalk in the ground. This is like the hardest work I ever did in my life. So I put basically every dime into this business. It was my personal money. I worked a job. I saved up, and I just had a dream. So I got everything going and I spent all my savings. I borrowed from family to fund the business, personally guaranteed everything. And yep, you guessed it. I lost the business and I lost everything. So I had to start all over. So the second business, started with no money out of pocket, and all I needed was business credit. It's the one I told you about before, the e-commerce. So if the business failed, I wouldn't be personally liable for debts because I knew how to operate a business now. The likelihood of failure was lower because I had access to cash flow. I had access to business credit. And so I created a six-figure business doing it the right way. So this is who this works for: transportation industry, e-commerce, beauty, healthcare, food services, auto, real estate, and basically any industry that is not high risk. So the only industries that this doesn't work for are high risk industries like crypto, gambling, um, cannabis. High risk industries that are deemed high risk. That's who this doesn't work for. But sure, if you're in an industry that's not high risk, or if you're in any one of these that I've mentioned right here, this will work for you. So, secret number two: why having good personal credit could actually hurt you in building your business. So, personal versus business credit. So, the Small Business Credit Survey surveyed like a bunch of different business owners, and this is what they found out: 86% of small businesses use their personal credit to fund their businesses. So, this is probably you. It was me, I admit it, and it's probably you. If you're listening to this, it's an 86% chance. So almost 9 out of 10 people is doing this. But we're going to change this. You don't have to do this. These are some of the reasons why you don't want to do that, because mixing personal and business finances can lead to disorganized and inaccurate accounting records that can end up uh, with penalties or fines if the IRS audits your business. So you don't want to get caught. Tax charges are subject to compound interest, which is a significant consideration when your business is hit with an expense it wasn't prepared for. Personal liability. So there's this thing called the corporate veil. And the corporate veil, it refers to the legal difference between a business and its owners. It's intended to safeguard the business owners from liability related to the business's actions. So um, this is the whole reason that a corporation was invented. It was invented to protect you from personal loss. So people start a business and use personal money and still put their personal assets and their personal things at risk. Like, it doesn't make any sense, guys. So mixing personal and business finances could cause your corporate veil to be pierced, and it'll leave your personal assets vulnerable to business debts, losses, and lawsuits. Businesses fail every day, guys. I just showed you the stats. So don't get caught up in this, guys. Do it this way, the way that I'm about to show you. So, why business credit? You want to use business credit because you get access to higher credit limits than personal credit, and also utilization won't affect your personal credit score. So, with personal credit, I'm sure you're aware of this if you got personal credit cards. That, let's say you got a $10,000 card. So with personal credit, if you swipe it and buy something for $8,000, your personal credit score is going to tank. It's going to drop down because it looks like you're stressed. It's going to look like financially you're stressed. So with business credit, it doesn't work like that. With business credit cards, it's like, hey, we're doing business, so we use the credit, so it won't hurt you. So that's another plus. You'll also be able to protect your personal assets, and you don't need good personal credit to build it. So anyone with an EIN can start building business credit. You can even have an I-10. You don't even have to have a social security number. So people with an I-10 number, um, you can build business credit too. Um, Another great thing is that you can finance multiple commercial vehicles in your business with no money down and no personal credit check. So all those businesses out there that use trucks, vans, any type of vehicles, you can go and get these using your business credit. You don't have to use personal credit. You don't have to put down a large down payment. Don't fall into that. I fell into that before. You don't have to do that. So secret number three, this method takes very little money to set up, less than you spend on food monthly. And it works in any economy. So this country, I want you guys to know, if you don't, that the tax code in this country and the laws are set up to favor business owners. Even when you saw in the pandemic when the stimuluses went out, most of the money went to business owners because that's who this country was set up to favor. I live in Texas, so it's a business friendly state, and it's like extremely clear here that this place is for people to come and own businesses. So the funding blueprint that I created, it's a four-step process, and here's how you do it, guys. Step one is about your foundation. So you just want to make sure that you're compliant. You have a good structure, a good corporate structure, and you can talk to a professional about that. I don't know if you should do an LLC or S corp or C corp. That's for you and your particular business. I don't know you, and I don't know your goals, so I don't know which one you should use. But you should have one of those because if you don't have a company organized, then you're not really in business. So lenders will look at you like you're not really in business. So also, you want to have a good web presence. A lot of people don't have a web presence, but they're doing business. Lenders check that. So make sure you have a good professional web presence. You want to be listed in different public listings as well. So make sure you're able to be found in public listings like you know 411 or the like online directories like the Yellow Pages. So step two, you want to go ahead and apply for some tier one accounts. These are called net 30s, they're vendor accounts. So you need five of these reporting to Dun and Bradstreet or DNB to get a paydex score. So some of the net 30 accounts that I use are Quill and Granger. There are a ton of them out there, but these are two that you can use to get started. So then you move on to tier two. So these are revolving credit accounts like Walmart and Costco. You need 8 to 10 trade lines total reporting before you move on to tier three. So in tier three, this is where you actually go get funding from different banks and lenders. Um, and like I said, this whole process, it takes less than $1,000 to set up properly. So it's not something that's going to break the bank. Um, and in tier three, you can get funding like business lines of credit, which is a favorite one that we use. Different 0% interest rate business credit cards, non-bank lenders, SBA loans. Some of these might require you to be in business for some time, but I know these don't. So you can get business lines of credit, 0% intro rate for 12 to 18 months. You can get 100, 150,000 within 30 days doing that, depending on a few factors. So everyone's situation is different, but and also, like I said, you'll be able to get the commercial vehicle financing. And you don't have to get to tier three to do this. You can do this earlier, but you got to have those accounts reporting to DMB. So you want a paydex score, and typically you want an 80 or better paydex score. So an 80 paydex score is like the equivalent of having a 720 FICO score. It's like good business credit. So you want to be there before you go and start applying for accounts. So this is pretty cool, right? What I'm showing you. So imagine having access to all of these lines of credit. How would it help your business grow? So let's recap. So I've showed you how to fail proof almost any business, even brand new startups, and why like the personal credit route is it's bad for business. So secret number two, I've showed you why having good personal credit could actually hurt you if you use it. So a lot of people do that because they have good personal credit. They'll use it to start their business. So you don't want to do that. Secret number three, this method takes very little money to set up. So I just showed you that you can walk through the whole process for less than $1,000 if you do it the way that I do it. Um, and this works in any economy. And this is really relevant right now because if you're listening to this in 2022, there are a lot of talks about recession. So um, this works in up and down economy. This was working in the pullback of 2020. This was working before this. This method worked in 2008. This method has never stopped working. So that's the power of it. So let me ask you guys a question. I showed you the power in this. I showed you the logic of it. I've showed you even my own personal story and some other people that I've helped one to one. So would you like my help? Like I said, I have a new course called the Funding Blueprint, and with that course, I made a special offer for people. Um, so I haven't released this to the public yet, but I'm making a special offer. So this is what you're gonna get. So first, you're gonna get lifetime access and updates to the Funding Blueprint training. So um, basically, what that is that I'm gonna go in there and update accounts. So there are a ton of accounts in there. So things change. Different vendors stop reporting, or some vendors come in and start reporting, and you need accounts reporting to different credit bureaus. So I come in and update. When I find new accounts, new lines of credit, I just come in there and I add them because I keep my ear to the street and what's going on. So that's the training. That's just a screenshot from it, and that's it. It's really cool, really easy to go through. And then, like I said, it'll show you how to go from A to Z, whether you're already in business or you're a fresh, brand new startup. It'll show you how to get through the process in 120 days if you do it exactly how I tell you to do it. So, with this, you'll be able to get the exact blueprint for building business credit from scratch or for an established business. You have access to updated lists of trade lines, and you'll get my personal funding connections to get up to 150K in 90 days or less, sometimes in 30. So I'll also show you how to qualify for business loans up to $500,000. All right. So what you're going to get is lifetime access to the Funding Blueprint training, and that's a $4,950 value. But I'm not just going to leave it there. Um, I've included a corporate vehicle financing module. So this is going to show you exactly how um, I help people, including myself, to finance vehicles in our business's name with no money down, no personal credit check, and no guarantee. So this is really powerful. Like I said, if you are looking to start a business, like I don't know, a power washing business, a moving company, a mobile detailing company, anything that will use a dump, excavation, I don't know, landscaping company. Um, you can go in and use this to go in there and get vehicles with no money down and no personal credit check. All you need to do is go in there, run your business credit, and have insurance. So that's pretty much it. Here's one person that used it. Like I said, his name is Todd Smith. He's owner of a private security company, and he purchased the BMW 8 Series. I think it's a 2021. I forget, but he used EIN only. So he uses the vehicle for marketing and business travel. So courting new clients. So yeah, it's really powerful. So I went ahead and included that module in there. So this is what you're going to get: lifetime access to the Fund and Blueprint training, and then also, like I said, the corporate vehicle financing training. That's 1997 value. So the total value is $6,947. So I'm thinking, like, what else do you need? So for people who do have personal credit issues, like I said, I've worked with personal credit since 2017. So I'm pretty familiar with the process. I've helped hundreds of people to get their credit scores up. and be able to go buy houses, be able to go buy cars with their personal credit, and that's cool. And also, um, you can get through more doors with good personal credit. You don't need good personal credit to build business credit, but there are certain doors that you can get through if you want to use a personal guarantee. And I can show you how to do that using the exact process that I use. So I included the exact process that I used, and these are some of the results that I've had, over the years of working on personal credit. It was a fun journey, and you'll have access to, like I said, the exact process that I use. So it still works, and it's really powerful. So this is what you're going to get all together: lifetime access to the funding blueprint training, uh, corporate vehicle financing training, and the DIY credit repair module, 997 value. It'll show you how to get up there in the 700s. No matter where you're starting from, it's the complete entire process. So the total value on that is $7,944. So this is the last thing you need. So we live in this culture where people make excuses, and I just wanted to think of like, what could I do to take away any excuse to get started, any fear of, learning this method of building business credit. So this is what I did. I went and created a private members only Facebook group. So this is what I'm going to do in this group. And depending on when you're jumping in this program or when you're seeing this webinar in August of 2022, what I'm going to do in this group is start a brand new business from scratch and build out a new credit profile. So I'm going to document building out a whole business credit profile from start to finish. So I'm actually going to document in there myself going to a car lot and purchasing a vehicle using business credit. I'm going to document me getting approved for business credit cards. You're going to actually see me do it. You can look over my shoulder. I'm going to document me getting business lines of credit. Like I said, it's all going to be documented every step of the process. Just do what I do. You can't mess that up. All you have to do is get into the private members only Facebook group and just do what I do. If you can't go through the course, just go in the Facebook group and do what I do. So I'm going to do this August of 2022. Depending on when you're hearing this, it'll already be in there, or you can just watch me do it in real time. This is really powerful. So you're going to watch the expert. No excuses. Oh man, but you've been working with credit so long, and you of course you know how to do all this. No, I'm going to do it in front of you and show you step by step how I'm going to do it from scratch. So there's really no excuse. So this is what you're going to get now. Lifetime access to the funding blueprint training, $4,950 value. Corporate vehicle financing training, $1,997 value. The DIY credit repair module. I'm showing you exactly how I repair credit for the past almost 5 years. And then I'm going to let you into the private members only Facebook group, $1,997 value. And in that group, like I said, I'm going to document myself going through the funding blueprint myself. So you'll see me. There's no gimmick. You're going to see me starting from scratch, incorporating a business, setting up the foundation, web presence. You're going to see me doing all of that. You'll see which vendors I use. I'm going to walk through the whole process. You're going to see me go to the lot, and actually, I'm going to get a business vehicle just to show you, how simple this is. So the total value on this is $9,941. So if all this did was get you access to just 100,000 in business credit lines and business vehicle financing, would it be worth $9,941 to you? That's 10x. And also, you can do this for each business that you start. Like once you know this process, you can do this for each business. So just think about that. Would it be worth it to you if I charge you $10,000 for this? To be able to go and just get just $100,000 on each business that you start, would it be worth it? If it's help you to restructure your business the right way so that you wouldn't be personally liable for debts, or if any audits happen, um, or any lawsuits happen, if I saved you from getting um, corporate veil pierced and your personal assets, your personal home, being able to come after, would it be worth it? Would it be worth $9,941? If I showed you how to access funding even in an economic downturn, even in a recession, if I showed you how to get access to funds, would this be worth $9,941? So everyone's situation is different. How much money could you earn with access to all of these resources? So I'm talking to entrepreneurs. So How much money could you earn? If you like I was just looking for an opportunity. So if you're looking for opportunity, this is it. And if you know that like you just need access to funds, you have ideas, but you just need to get some wheels under it, and you need some cash, then how much could you earn if you had access to this? So check this out. I just looked this up. So owner operator drivers, and this is the area I live in. They pay 7,000 weekly. So they're looking for dedicated owner operators of cargo sprint vans, box trucks with their own authority to cover loads. I didn't know that they made money like this. 7,000 weekly. Here's another one. Owner operator truck driver. We're seeking an owner operator truck driver to join our team. You'll be responsible for safely operating a truck. They're looking for people who own trucks with a capacity of at least 26,000 pounds GVW. Pay is 150 to 270. So with business credit, like you can go do that. You can go get a vehicle and do this. So would it be worth $9,941 if that's all this did? As far as vending machines, you can buy these with business credit. It's kind of like passive income, ATMs, party rentals. There's so many different ways you can go once you get access to lines of credit. So here's my guy Josh. He actually has a medical commodities business. So he buys and resells medical commodities. He started with zero. He built his profile up, and he didn't even do it. Uh, he didn't even follow all the steps, so he could have did a lot more. But even just getting one Costco business Mastercard, no personal guarantee. He used it to grow his business to 30K a month. And also, he worked on his personal credit. This was a one-on-one client, and he worked on his personal credit to go from no car to a 2022 Ford Mustang GT. So I personally worked with him one-on-one, business credit and personal credit, and he did a great job. He's doing even better right now. So one-on-one clients pay me from $3,500 to $5,000 for building business credit. So I'm not going to charge you guys $9,941, but you can see why it's a good deal at $5,000. And even when this goes to the general public, it's going to be $1,995. But for you guys, I'm making a special offer. So you can get started now for just $995 today. Click the button below this video to get started. All right. So now you have two choices. The first option is to do nothing. Don't take this leap of faith. Do what you've been doing. Um, this is 100% risk free. Like I said, I'll be in the private Facebook group, and I'll be going through this process myself. So you'll actually get to see me do it. You can do exactly what I do. The second option is make this small investment today compared to all the value you get in return. Just give it a shot. All right. So again, what you're going to get is lifetime access to the funding blueprint training. It's a $4,950 value. Corporate vehicle financing training, a $1,997 value. The DIY credit repair module. It's the exact credit repair module, the exact process that I use when I perform personal credit repair. I've helped several hundred people, get good credit. So I'm giving you that exact blueprint for not. It's not for $907, but it's worth a lot more than this actually. And also, like I said, you'll get access to the private members only Facebook group, $1,997 value. And in that group, you'll see me documenting this exact process. I'll start a brand new business from scratch, and I'll build a brand new business credit profile, and you'll see the moves that I make with the credit. This is priceless, guys. Nobody else is doing this. All right. So, like I said, the fast action bonus for the first 10 people, they'll get a 30-minute strategy call with me. So click that button below to get started. And, first 10 people, I'll jump on a call with you and I'll give you some direction. You just let me know your situation. So, yeah, this is it, guys. Like, there's nobody else doing this. There's no other business credit training who's actually going to go through the process for you. So you're getting lifetime access to the fund and blueprint training. So you'll get all my updates. This is long term with me. This is what I love to do. The corporate vehicle financing training. So You can get all type of vehicles with this, guys. Any vehicle under 100,000, you pretty much don't need a down payment or a personal credit check. You can do it with the EIN only. But like I said, you have to go through the business credit building process first and establish a paydex score. So you never put the cart before the horse. You have to go through the fund and blueprint training. And then this is like the perfect add-on for people who are trying to get vehicles, whether it be heavy equipment, cargo vans, whatever you do, whatever business you're in, you need commercial vehicles. This is a way to get it, um, without using your personal credit. So, and then, the DIY credit repair module, you don't need good personal credit to build business credit. But if you do want to use your personal credit, this is the process that I used. Um, and I'm one of the best. So, yeah, I'm giving that away. Private members only Facebook group, total value $9,941. Today it's $995 for this program. Get started. It's going up to 1995. It's definitely worth it. And these are just some of the industries that this works for: the transportation industry, e-commerce, beauty, healthcare, food services, auto, real estate, consultant, tech, and a lot more. The only industries this doesn't work for, again, is like high risk industries like crypto, gambling, cannabis, things like that. It's a headache with those industries, even just to get a bank account. So any other industry that's not high risk, pretty much like this works for. So the number one reason that people don't get started in doing a new thing is fear. And that's why I'm going to go back up here. That's why I put the private members only Facebook group in here, so you can actually see me going through the process, because people are creative at coming up with excuses. So you'll say, well, those people had this advantage. So I'm going to show you how to go through this whole process, from start to finish, and you'll be able to look over my shoulder. There's no excuse you can make, because I'm going to literally be doing it. You can do the exact same thing that I'm doing. So you have really no excuse. So get started now for just $995 today. The price will be going up, like I said, $19.95 for the general public. Click the button below this video and get started right away. All right. Any questions, just email us at support. We'll get you straightened out, and we'll get you set up. So thanks a lot for watching, guys.